Hey everybody and welcome back. I'm Fox of FoxeoGames. This is episode 6 of our Dark Souls Remastered the Manosphere playthrough. For those that have been asking, yes, it's very similar to my last playthrough in many ways, because we talked about the same subject matter. I'm going to go down and get our Lost Souls in Humanity. Oh, actually, yes, I will do that now. Before I forget and die again. And they go away forever. Last time we talked about not pedestalizing or worshipping women, recognizing that women are just women. There are lots of them. Every woman is just as special as the last one in good and bad ways. One thing I hear a lot of people talk about, and I'm going to write this down right now so that I don't forget about it, is what they call the myth of the quality woman. Now, if you read about what they mean in the red pill when they say that there are no quality women, what they mean to say is excuse me, it's a myth that some men create that their woman is not like other women. She's not like all the rest of those women. She's a good quality woman, so she doesn't act like other women act. That is a myth. So if that's what we're talking about with the myth of the quality woman, then yes, it is a myth. There's no such thing as a quality woman if that's what the term means. However, I use the term quality woman. I use that term to refer to my current girlfriend. I would not use that term to refer to one or more previous relationships, but I won't get too deep into that. That's neither here nor there. At this point, I'm not here to diss previous relationships specifically, but I'm here to talk in generalities. So, let's go get them souls, y'all. In humanity. So I believe that there are good women out there. However, all women are women. So that's one thing I would agree with. A woman is a woman. All women are women. There are no women that aren't like other women, so to speak. There are better and worse options, for sure. But there are no women that aren't like women. It's kind of like when I talk about guys, and this is a general rule. It applies generally. It applies in almost... Wow, Titanite chunk. Nice. It applies in almost all situations. Men are men. Okay. Women are women. Interesting that that was a... Oh, shoot. I just realized what I walked into. Oh, crap. Gosh darn it. I can't believe I did that. Gosh darn it. Too focused on the conversation. So much pain. Should I go in the other way? The Drake path? Nah. We'll just go down the regular way again. So, the good news is I got all my souls in humanity and then immediately died again. So, they're still there. Let's go get them. And this time, let's not walk into a corner with two of those guys right on top of me. There's very little you can do at that point. Glad I sent this back up. I believe there are women that you don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole. The prime examples of this are narcissistic and borderline women. And again, I've said this before, I'll say it again, it bears repeating. A woman with narcissistic personality disorder is not just a woman who thinks highly of herself, or a woman who's a little arrogant or conceited. That's a casual understanding of the concept. It's like when people talk about, well, I have OCD because I like to wash my hands a couple times a day, or I have OCD because I'm worried about germs on counters, so I clean the counter a lot. Actual obsessive compulsive disorder is debilitating. It's if you had OCD about germs, you would be on like the level of Monk, that guy from the old TV show. You would be like dusting and cleaning every surface multiple times over and over and over again to the point where it affects your life. Your life quality goes down significantly. Just being a bit of a germaphobe and wanting to clean your counters a couple times a day is not OCD. So in the same way, a woman who thinks highly of herself is not a narcissist. Narcissistic personality disorder is a very real thing. It's hard to definitively diagnose all the time because it shares a lot with borderline personality disorder. Today's drink of choice is hot coffee, black, reheated from the last French press brew of it. Sorry guys, it's reheated. I don't know what to tell you. Let's get this guy So let's pull him back and hope we didn't activate the other guy, because I really thought I'd activate that other guy first. There we go. There's little advantage to a parry over a backstab right now, because both take 2 shots to kill. But if you set them up with a parry, you can get the backstab right away as long as you time it correctly. If I run this way, will that guy come out? Yes, always. Okay. He's activated at this point. Now we know. Oh, shit. That was bad. There we go. Get a little more confidence in parrying these guys. So, if a woman has borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, you don't want to touch her with a 10-foot pole, literally and figuratively. Stay the hell away from her. Have nothing to do with her. As much as possible, you want nothing to do with a woman like that. If possible, you don't want to be a coworker, business partner. You don't want her to be your customer. You don't want her to be anything. Because narcissists love control. Borderline personality disorder. Borderlines love to create havoc and chaos and mischief, whether they realize it or not. They love to cause problems. A narcissistic personality disorder woman, NPD or BD woman, these are the type of women that will stir shit up, physically assault you, and then call the police and say you assaulted them. These are the type of women who will hit on you at work, grab your ass at work, grab your crotch when you're in the copy room, just the two of you, and when you decline her sexual advances, she will go to human resources and file a sexual assault claim against you, saying that you grabbed her. These women will not tolerate not being in control. They will not tolerate being rejected. They will not tolerate getting what they want. They will typically go after you with a vengeance until they find a new target. The only time they end their vengeance is when a new target comes along. So if you've been in a relationship with one of these women, you know they can be relentless and horrible and just awful and evil until they find a new guy to harass. And once they find the new guy, you are so relieved they're done. That's the better position to be in than some guys. I'm in this Facebook group and I look and I'm like, these guys, some of them are like, oh, I so miss her. I know she's a narcissist and I know what she does, but I still miss her. I'm like, Gotta get beyond that stage. You should never, ever miss a woman who abused you. Psychologically, physically, emotionally, verbally, doesn't matter. If a woman is your abuser, don't miss her. Think about all the bad times. Only think about the bad times. Don't think about those glazed over good times. The good times in your relationship with an abusive woman are like a glazed donut. They're fleeting and they're bad for you. However good those moments were, they're very fleeting, they're very temporary, and in the end, you know you shouldn't have done it because it was bad for you, and you might have to overcome it in the end later. When you pay for it with, you know, in a case of a donut, getting fat, unhealthy, diabetes, little to no nutrient value. I guess it was kind of pointless to repair the sword right before upgrading. Oh, there we go. I'm glad I didn't even think about that until I just saw it now. There we go. Awesome. We don't have any more large titanite, but that's okay. We'll get some. Look at this. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Are you guys seeing this? I think this is the earliest I have ever plus 15'd a weapon in this game. I haven't even hit Sin's Fortress yet, and we freaking maxed it out. And I don't know if that was a good thing. I just did it without thinking, but it may have been a mistake because I'm not sure this is really the weapon I want long term, but I'll be okay with it. So, yeah, that's done. That is done, guys. Let's go human so we have the opportunity to be invaded. If you had a bad relationship, it was bad. Okay? It was bad, guys. It was bad. You know it's bad. Don't pretend it was okay. Don't pretend it was better than you thought. Don't look back on it fondly. Don't call her up. Don't do that. Don't try to get back together with her. Don't get lonely some weekend and think, well, you know, she's DTF, down to have fun. You know what the F stands for. Don't call her up and thinking, you know, you'll just hit that real quick or whatever the guys say nowadays, okay? Don't do it. Don't get involved. Don't go back into something you left. As they say, after you take the trash out, don't bring it back in. It's not a good look. It won't work out for you. Once the trash is taken out to the curb, leave it out there until it gets picked up. All right? If the trash is calling to you, leave it out there. So, bad women are bad women. There are some bad women. And no matter how good of a man you are, no matter how alpha and powerful and clever you are not going to change a narcissist or a borderline personality woman. These are psychological conditions. It's believed that they can never be cured. You just have to face the reality that it's the way they are. They're not going to change. And you just don't touch them. Let some other guy get screwed over by them. Let some other guy get caught up in their wiles and tricks and games. Don't let it be you. All right? It's kind of like scam artists, all right? There are a lot of scam artists out there. There are tax scams. There's the Nigerian prince scam. There are bank scams. There are you want a vacation scams. There are, you know, all sorts of scams out there. More than I can think of right now. Tons of scams. Here's what you don't want, guys. You don't want to be the one who gets scammed. Okay? Somebody's got to get scammed. Right? Somebody's got to get scammed, so don't let it be you. Don't let it be you that gets scammed. Don't let it be you that gets scammed. I'm just saying. Sorry, I'm focused so much on this right now, guys. There we go. Wait a minute. How did he get... Did he heal? Or is it... He's cheating? Is he cheating? He's cheating, isn't he? He is cheating. That sucks. No wonder he's so terrible at it. Watch his health go right back up. I swear his health went up several times. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just didn't see him Estus, because now he's Estusing. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. I'm pretty darn sure he was cheating, because I saw his health bar shoot up, and I didn't see him do anything to heal. So, whatever. What the heck is this? What is it? Oh, there it goes. Okay. I'm like, why is that lingering? Well, that's the only problem with going human in PC Dark Souls. They're really easy cheat programs. Anyway, you know, the logic with scammers is that eventually they're going to get somebody, right? Why would you want it? Why would you let it be you that gets scammed? Don't let it be you. I don't know if I'm going to make it up here before I get hit and die. Oh, I made it. Oh, that was close. Don't let it be you. Same thing applies to narcissistic women and borderline personality disorder women. Don't let it be you. It'll be some guy. It'll be more than one guy. They will find a guy. There are guys out there that are so desperate to have sex. There are guys out there that are so lonely that they want a woman. They will settle for a horrible woman who treats them like shit and abuses them and uses them. Don't let that be you. Don't be that guy. Don't be the loser, okay? Have some value. Know your value. Have some respect for yourself. And show that respect by not settling for low-quality women. And a woman can be low quality today and be high quality a year from now. That depends on her. Don't date a low-quality woman today hoping that she'll become high quality tomorrow. There's no guarantees of that. Expect that a woman will be as low quality as she is today a year from now. Are you okay with what she is now? If you're not okay with what she is now, don't date her now. Now, a high quality woman today can be a low quality woman a year from now. You don't know that. There's no way to know that, but a man can do a lot to affect a woman. Now, yeah, can you potentially save a woman from herself? In theory, yes. I mean, if you're a strong alpha male, if you're a leader, if she's willing to follow your lead, I mean, potentially, you know what, I'm going to go back to the bonfire, okay? I'm low on Estus already from that fight with what I'm pretty sure is a hacker. All right, that coffee is dark. That is too dark. Whatever. You can direct a woman in a lot of ways. I believe that men set the frame of the relationship. If they don't, it doesn't go well. Men can and should set the frame of the relationship. Women, to some degree, set the commitment of the relationship. You should wait for a woman to want to commit to you. Don't try to commit to her first. I believe that it's best to let the woman set that. If she wants to be exclusive with you, let her decide that. Let her ask for that. Let her come to you for that. Rather than you go to her trying to make it exclusive first. I think she'll have more respect for you if you continue to date, if you continue to have your options, and you wait for her to say, you know what, I want this to be exclusive. I want us to be a thing. And that's when you can decide that if you want it to, then you're like, okay, let's do this. Or if you don't want it, then you'll say, well, you know, I really like you, but I want to keep my options open right now and see what happens. She'll respect that. She'll hate it. She'll get mad. She may accuse you of being a player. She may say mean things. She may break it off. Whatever that the case may be. If you're not ready for it, then let it fall off. The idea here is that you don't get desperate. You don't let a woman control you and your decisions, thinking, well, if I don't do this, I'm going to lose her. If you're in a position where you feel like you're going to lose a woman if you don't do something you don't want to do, then she's probably not the one for you and probably not one you need to be with. By the way, we got the Man Serpent Greatsword. Excellent strength weapon. I put too many points, I think, into dexterity at this point to want to go with a full strength weapon. So we probably won't use that. If I'd been going with strength weapons up until now, I might have considered that as an option. Click. Boom, boom, boom. If you want to change your mind about what weapon to upgrade and you haven't made it to the Titanite chunk stage yet, there's plenty of large Titanite in here to do that with. Now we're going to let him break this open. You can break it open with the balls that roll down, or you can let this guy break it open with his thrust attack. The thrust attack is usually what does it. Not that one, not his head, but the thrust with his sword. When he rears back and stabs directly forward, that's usually what gets it. That one right there. There we go. Woo! Alright, good idea to come back here because you do get a nice item and you can also free Logan, whether you want him or not. I use the Master Key. I think there's a key in here somewhere to open up his cage. But Master Key is the way to go if you're either Thief or you selected it as your starting gift. It's the best starting gift in my opinion. Unless you go with the Black Fire Bombs because you want to kill the Silent Demon right away and get his hammer. But you're not going to be using that hammer for a long time on a new game. It takes a while to get enough strength points to even wield it. Even two-handed. Oh shit. Oh my gosh, that was so close to falling off. Wow. I can't believe I didn't fall off. I usually don't talk to him here, but let's do it. I don't think he gives us anything, obviously. Okay. It's been a long time since I talked to him outside the gates. Excuse me. It's that time of year. The 24/7 flim time of year. That item down there, for those that don't know, is the Shodel. It's a curved sword that goes around shields. Some people say it hits them through a shield. It actually goes around the shield, lore-wise. But think of it as going through the shield is fine. Doesn't matter. Ring of Steel Protection gives you defense. So the problem I have with the Ring of Steel Protection is this. I think it's just better in nearly every scenario to equip the Havel's Ring and just wear armor. Because the armor not only gives you defense, increased defense, like the ring does, but you also have other defenses like fire, lightning, magic. It also gives you poise, something that ring doesn't. So I don't see the benefit of that ring. Maybe in a very specific niche build it makes sense. Maybe if you already got super heavy armor, you're doing the heavy roll and don't care about your heavy roll, and you just want lots more defense for something, maybe it would make sense. We're probably going to get hit here. I usually get hit running up this thing. But, oh, yep. Right at the end. Almost made it. Let's roll this thing. Which way is this? Oh, is that the way that goes down Logan's path? Yeah, okay. This is the way you would send it if you want to open up the path to Logan, and you don't want that man serpent to break it for you. Interesting, there are no other invasions. I think if I use the dried finger, I could get invaded by that same guy again. But since I'm pretty sure he was a hacker, we're not going to do that. Although if he was a hacker, I don't know why he stopped hacking towards the end. I just can't figure out what he was doing to heal up that I wasn't seeing, unless it was like a graphical glitch or a lag glitch where I just wasn't seeing the ecstasy. Although I've never heard of that glitch before. Oops, you can't parry that move. You can parry that one, but I didn't. And what? When does she come down? I say she, I don't know if it's a she or not. Are there female man serpents? In that case, would they be a female serpent? I kind of feel like this one might have breasts, but maybe not. 2 large sight night shot? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so on that topic of quality women, you'll know a quality woman because she won't freak out. She won't demand to go through your phone. She won't constantly be jealous all the time unless you actually are cheating or messing around. And when I say cheating, this starts with the assumption that you both agree you're exclusive. There is no cheating if you're not exclusive. Let's just be clear about that, okay? You can't cheat if... Golly, this fucking hitbox bullshit on edges. It just hits the invisible wall next to the wall, you know? Did he die? Asshole. Oh, yes, he did. Okay. I was gonna say, he better die. I don't want him shooting me from down there. They can drop the Flamberge, which is an excellent strength sword. Not totally strength, so... Not a bad weapon at all. We're gonna grab this item real quick before we hit the bonfire. Oh! Be careful, you can roll right off that edge and die. I think I did it in the last playthrough. Had to go all the way back through again. That gives us 2 points. That gives us 3 points? Okay. The most points wins. And I don't normally kindle this one, but we'll kindle it. So, what else? What are some of the other signs of a quality woman? It's a lot of signs of what they don't do. They don't play the same games and tricks as other women. All women will do certain things. They'll do what are called shit tests. They'll test you to see how much you'll put up with. They'll test you to see if you're willing to change for them, and then they'll lose respect for you, and they don't even know they're doing it. If a woman demands that you change, you probably shouldn't. Now, there are some cases where if you want to change on your own, then yeah, go ahead and do it. If, you know, you're addicted to drugs, yeah, quit taking the drugs. if you're an alcoholic, yeah, you should probably stop doing alcohol. But if she's like, you know what, I want you to sell that car. I don't like your muscle car, because your two-door muscle car. You should have a better car. I don't like it, it's too loud. Okay, that's all. It's all very reasonable. There's nothing unreasonable about that. But the problem you're going to run into is if you... I don't know why I bowed. If you do what she tells you to do, when she tells you to do it, how she tells you to do it, you become her lapdog. You become her servant. She is now in charge. And if you want it to go either way, honestly, the way things have historically gone and traditionally gone, I think most women are happier if the man takes the lead. That doesn't mean he's the boss and tells her everything to do and decides her career and path in life and what she can and can't say and who she can and can't hang out with. But to a certain extent, if you're not leading, then she is. That's just the way it is. And you know, I got to clear my throat here, and I hate doing this, but hang on. Woo, there we go. I think I'm finally getting that phlegm out. The Flimberge. There we go. By the way, I'm interested to know if this is working. When I do my initial recording before the playthrough starts, I record about 20 seconds of silence to capture just background noise, and then I do a noise reduction filter based on that background noise. This time, instead of just having it be totally silent, I click with the gamepad like this. And I know you're going to hear that somewhat, but I tried to do some clickiness during that silent period and then see if it'll actually noise reduce some of the clicking from my gamepad. People have commented that they find it annoying, so I thought maybe that would remove some of the annoyance. I don't know how well it works. Maybe it doesn't work at all. I haven't tested. I haven't actually listened to it yet. I've recorded about 2 episodes doing it, but haven't listened for the noise. So I'm curious to see what happens with it. By the way, if you don't kill this guy up here, he will throw those firebomb stones at you during the boss fight. Because the boss fight is... let's see... Can we defeat that one right there? The boss fight's right there, obviously. And that's the boss. Titanite chunk. Okay. Where's this Tarkus? Where's Tarkus at? Come here, Tarkus. The Tark tank. You can actually let Tarkus defeat this boss by himself. He's fully capable of doing so. Here we go. I don't think you can bleed this guy, but then again, there's a lot of guys I didn't think you could bleed that you could, so we'll see how it goes. I don't like to just sit back and wait. Tarkus? What is wrong with you, dude? Come on. Uh-oh. Am I going to lose my summon? No, okay. The biggest danger from that attack is not the damage it does necessarily, but the fact that he can throw you off the ledge when he does it. And be careful, he can actually knock you down when he falls. If you fall, or if you're behind him and he pushes you off. Yeah, I don't see any blooding, or bleeding going on, or they're blooding. I blooded him! Oh, shoot. That was a bad spot for me to stand. There we go. That's pretty quick. We straight up just meleeed him to death. $40,000 souls for that, fellers. A lot of the signs of a quality woman is what she doesn't do, as we're discussing. She doesn't, like, flip her shit and just start screaming for no reason. Yeah, she will cry, seemingly for no reason. She will get emotional, seemingly for no reason. That's normal. That's what a normal woman does. But she may blame you a little bit, but if she is constantly nagging you, constantly telling you how horrible you are, that you're to blame for this, you're to blame for that, you're the reason that she's not happy, you're the reason, that's not a quality woman. If she's not building you up and helping you to achieve your goals in life, move on. Now, is it always that simple to just, quote, move on? Well, maybe not, but you have to. Okay, so now we're getting about the same from both? Okay. You just got to move on from that, because what's the alternative? Stick around and be emotionally, potentially physically abused? Be used and abused by her? Nah, just move on. She is not that special. She's not that important. You know, so it ain't worth it. All right, let's see how much equipment load we have right now. Still 90, so we can't wear the Elite Knight armor set without medium rolling. And I don't like to medium roll. So, whatever. I would like better armor, but I'd like the fast roll. Got to get a lot of endurance for fast roll with the Elite Knight armor set on. That and probably Ring of Fire Protection and Havel's Ring. So, what actual things does a quality woman do? Not just the things that she doesn't do? Well, a quality woman knows what you need before you necessarily say it. A quality woman is anticipating your needs. A quality woman looks forward to doing things for you, not just having you do things for her. A quality woman does not expect you to give up your dreams and goals and ambitions for her. A quality woman encourages you and your goals, your dreams and your ambitions. A quality woman expects you to have other friends in your life. A quality woman expects you to be somewhat dedicated to your job, your career, whatever it is you do to make money. A quality woman expects you to have familial obligations. That's your family. A quality woman knows that she is not the only person in your life. She knows that, you know what? This Saturday morning, you may want to hang out with the guys. You may want to meet up with an old friend, grab coffee with him and talk to him about, you know, his relationship issues, and maybe he's going through a divorce or custody battle or one of these typical things that women do to men. Not that men never do it to women. Come on, guys. We're not here about the disclaimer on every statement that women do it too, or men do it too, or not all women are like that disclaimers. We're not here for that stuff. So, what? Put that down. We ain't here for estasine on the ledge, people. This stuff is dangerous. Jump off, bro. Bye. All right. You can do a running jump to get over to that platform. It's safer just to go this route, I think. I die less doing this. And once you get across, it's always a relief to hit this switch. And then you just hope someone doesn't invade you and hit it and turn it back up, and then you die, and now you got to go all over and cross the church rafters again. Temple, whatever it is, who knows. We got plenty of Estus, so let's use one. Oh, look. It's a gargoyles. I'm noticing I'm running out of stamina quick with this build. There we go. Doing some good damage with it now. Especially with bleed. A quality woman will listen to you when you talk. As a general rule. she will not be on her phone when you're talking about something serious. A quality woman won't post stupid shit about your relationship online. A quality woman won't call up your friends or your family and bitch and moan about something you did or didn't do or said. That's one of the low quality women signs, is a woman who will do that stuff. Okay, I knew he was there, but I just couldn't get turned around in time. And I know there's one behind me. Okay. These guys love jumping all over the fucking place and have like 1,000 invincibility frames. So your attacks will swipe through them constantly. But fortunately, they're so stupid that not only do they fall off the ledge, they fail to realize they can fly, they have wings, and they just die instead. Not complaining. Just saying. The goal here is not to get hit like I just did, and not to get shot in the back by lightning. Okay, so we didn't get shot in the back by lightning. You can wait here for them to stop shooting. That's the safest route, but you don't have to. We're gonna see about parrying. Did that guy just go right off the... One of them went right off the ledge. We'll probably parry. The cheapest way to do this is to hit him with a poison arrow. And just wait, maybe several poison arrows, and wait for the poison to take effect. The big danger, of course, is this guy to the left shooting you in the back. We don't normally go this route, but we will, and hope that that doesn't happen, and that happened. So now we're in trouble. Oh shoot. Okay, there we go. There we go. I did not think I'd be able to parry him with the elevation difference between us. The silver sword, or the silver knight sword, or I don't know what it's called, but it's an excellent weapon. The spear is as well. Both of the weapons that they have are good, the different types of silver knights. As well as that bow, it's pretty good, especially if you like to knock people off ledges. There we go. I've had plenty of practice parrying these guys. I used to parry them all the time. I think these guys were the first enemies I truly learned to parry with reliability. So, yeah. You know what sucks is when you get invaded right here, right before you get to the bonfire. It has happened before. I've died right here before to an invader. More than once. Right before I can hit that bonfire. It sucks, but, you know, what are you going to do about it, right? Let's get a few more points into health. One right now, obviously. Okay, so quality women versus low quality or bad women. There are obviously differences there. One of the things to consider, you know, Spike Shield is 90. I don't really have a reason to switch it over the Grass Crest Shield. The Grass Crest Shield's at 48. I'm not doing a cosplay playthrough or a themed playthrough, so we'll kindle this. If there's anywhere where you would want to have the right of kindling early on, or before the end of the game, it's right here. If you have trouble with Ornstein and Smo, some people have so much trouble that it's just easier for them to get up to 20 Estus and then just drink their way through the fight. That's the hardest Silver Knight move to parry, in my opinion. Because it's not intuitive, the timing on it. You just got to kind of keep trying until you figure out the awkward timing. Alright. I can't remember if we already gave one of those gold sunlight metal medallion thingies to the crow or not. If we did, then we can't get another item. If we didn't, we'll get a Titanite chunk maybe. And is there a chest here? No, okay. So you can go down here to get the Havel pieces. Everyone knows about this by now, right? One of my favorite secret areas just because it's so clever how they hid it there in the fireplace. One of the other things I want to discuss now, and it's worth an entire episode in itself, but we can get into it a little bit, because we talked the last time about not being too emotionally invested, so that you don't worry about her leaving. You don't worry about her saying, well, if you don't do this, I'm leaving. Well, that's the response to that is to let her leave. You don't want to give into ultimatums, because if you ever give into the do this or I leave ultimatum, or do this or we're not having sex ultimatum, then you have taught her how to control you. This is true of all relationships. Once you give into an ultimatum once, they know they have control over you. And the best example of ultimatum control is probably employment. Your boss can say, look, you either do this or you're fired. And you know, if you don't do it, you're fired, right? Now, if the boss tells you to do something or you're fired and you don't do it and you don't get fired and he knows you didn't do it, now you've called his bluff, if it is a bluff. But that's a risky bluff to call, because if you're fired, right? And most people need their job. They can get another job, but it may not be as easy as I make it sound. So, ultimatums show up in relationships. And when they do, you don't want to ever give in. Ever. If you're given an ultimatum, you may be tempted to think, you know what, actually, I'm okay with what she's saying. I'm actually okay with doing that. I've thought about it myself. I actually thought about doing that. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell her, okay, that's what I wanted to do anyway. Relax, it's fine. We'll do that. She's not going to see it as you wanted to do it anyway. She's not going to see it as you were in agreement with it anyway. She's going to see it as, I won the ultimatum. This is my means of control. Quality women don't do that. Quality men don't do that. Quality people don't do that. Don't give ultimatums for control. An ultimatum for control should be reserved for only the most serious of situations. An example, although I wouldn't handle it exactly this way, but an example of how you might handle an ultimatum scenario, or what one might be given, is if you guys are exclusive and you went and hung out with an ex-girlfriend and just had coffee with her, she can say, look, you can't hang out with your exes or this relationship is over. I think that's an okay type of ultimatum to make, but the problem is you've now put yourself in a situation where you need an ultimatum. You need to respond to an ultimatum. And if you put yourself in a situation where she can give you a reasonable ultimatum where you can be expected to have to follow it, you've now given her a situation where she controls you with an ultimatum. That may give her encouragement to use them in the future in cases where she shouldn't. So don't put yourself in that kind of situation. If you know there's a situation where you shouldn't be doing something, just don't do it. Because then you don't need to put yourself in that situation where you almost have to give in to the ultimatum. Because you'll be an a-hole if you say, oh no, I'm going to hang out with ex-girlfriends, even though we talked about not doing that when we talked about our exclusivity. If you guys discussed being exclusive, and you guys set the ground rules together, or you set them for both of you, which is even better in my opinion, then you can't break them with impunity and just expect her to not care. Or expect it to be okay. Because it wouldn't be at that point. So, yeah. One of the best things you can do to be alpha is know what situations to put yourself in and know what situations not to put yourself in. Don't put yourself in a bad situation to begin with. That's a great scenario. Don't even be in that situation. That's even better. You know, one of the things I've noticed guys ask me a lot of questions. They know what I've been through, guys at work, my friends now, and they're coming out of the woodwork to be like, hey man, I need to ask you a question. Like, my wife is doing this and I was thinking about getting divorced. And the number one piece of advice that I wish I could give them is, man, don't put yourself in that situation. Well, they're already there now. They're already in the situation. It's too late. There is no don't put yourself in that situation. They're in it. The best case scenario is not to be in that situation to begin with. But they're there, so you got to work with what you got. If you're not there, if you're not in the problem situation, best advice I can give you is learn about bad situations and don't get in them. Learn about situations not to be in, and make sure you are not in them. Whoa, almost killed him in one shot. There we go. I didn't anticipate that guy being so close to me. Whew, did you see that? Oh, crap. I meant to dodge sideways, and the game dodged me forward for some reason. Anyway. You know, let me do this. Just to conserve my Estus. I'm going to open this up, even though I don't need it open necessarily. I don't really use this as a shortcut, to be honest. It's best if you want to run around in this area for invasions to have this open. And it never hurts to open all the shortcuts just in case you ever decide to use one later. Don't be in a difficult situation. Avoid putting yourself in difficult situations. And the more you learn about the red pill and read up about it and read other people's experiences and go on the forums and read what people are getting into, the more you start to see what situations guys get themselves into and what situations you want to make sure you don't put yourself in. So, learn lessons the easy way when possible. I'm not going to use that fire charcoal pine resin until we get one of these guys down first. We'll kill one first and then take it from there. Oh shit. I thought I had stamina for that one. Didn't. I hate using an Estus before we even get to the second part of the fight. Okay, the next hit's probably going to be the bleed hit, but it doesn't matter now, because I used to try to really quickly hit Smo or Ornstein after the other one's down, but it actually doesn't make any difference. It doesn't affect anything. That damage doesn't carry through, so don't bother. Don't bother trying to do more damage to them after one is down. They'll come back fully healed up regardless. He's going to jump up, isn't he? Oh, shit. Oh, yep. I knew that was going to happen. I fucking knew he was going to pull back sideways. Whew, we're getting close to the 50-minute mark, guys. So, I might have to call it at that. Let me... well... We'll go human again. Hope we don't get invaded. And maybe summon someone here. What we'll discuss next time, and I'm going to circle it here, because we didn't have time today. But we talked about the quality woman concept. Also be aware that you can take a woman that's not super high quality as long as she's a great woman, as long as she's willing, as long as she's willing to follow your lead, as long as she wants to build you up, as long as she doesn't show all the red flags. And we'll talk about red flags in a future episode. I'll write that down right now. Some of the red flags of a bad relationship. We mentioned a few, you know, trying to control what you do, control who you can hang out with. Gets mad any and every time she hears that you interacted with a woman in any context, even if it's completely innocent. Okay. I'm waiting to see if they drop a weapon here. Nope. We'll talk about red flags later. But what I wanted to discuss today, and hopefully we'll hit next episode, is the old social contract versus the new. I think we may have discussed it in a previous episode. And that is the concept that in the old social contract, a guy got married to a woman. They dated for a while, or courted or whatever. They got married, and there was this concept that he would provide financially. She would bear and raise children and take care of the home. They would work together as a couple for the benefit of each other. She would be content with her role. He would be content with his role. They would be dedicated to one another and wouldn't cheat on each other, obviously. You know, they would be on the same page in terms of how to raise the children and whatnot. Live together, stay together, and wouldn't separate until one of them died. Even if things were tough, they'd They'd make it work. They'd work it out, right? Well, that doesn't happen so much anymore. People fucking bail now when things get rough. When things don't go the way they want them in a relationship, in a marriage nowadays, divorce. You just get divorced. It's easy. It's quick and simple. No, it's not easy, quick and simple, but, you know, people perceive it as so much easier than trying to make things work out. The old social contract is dead. People are not so concerned with making relationships work anymore. They're more concerned with, oh, well, this isn't working for me. This isn't what I wanted. This isn't what I expected. I'm out. Women have no problem getting out because nowadays, young women typically make more money than their male counterparts. They do. Oh, that's amazing. I didn't get slammed harder than I did right there. Women in their 20s make more than men. They're getting more degrees, higher degrees than men, graduating college at a higher rate than men. They're better off financially, and those that aren't just get money from the government. They just get welfare. The government has replaced the role of husband and father. The provider, the main provider in many cases, is no longer men, but it's the government. Or the woman provides for herself and doesn't need the man to provide. In which case, she is free to leave at any point. And, I mean, that's fine. I'm not saying it shouldn't be that way. I'm just saying that's the way it is. Remember, guys, the goal here is not to get, excuse me, all caught up, getting mad about the way things are. It's to recognize the situations we have for ourselves, recognize what we're into now, how the world actually is, how women and men actually get along, and what their roles are now, and to operate within those for what they are. The old social contract that you stay together, you make things work, the man provides, the woman stays at home and raises the kids and all that, that's mostly dead. You can try to make it work like I did. Women know now they can get stuff out of you. They can divorce you and get alimony and child support. They can get money from the government, just get on that welfare, the WIC, all those SNAP, all the programs, specifically even for women and for single mothers or divorced mothers. Women will replace you in a heartbeat. Whereas before, it was a pretty big deal to get divorced. It was a really big deal. Now, nah, it's easy to the woman. In getting divorced, here's the difference between men and women in divorce. Women go into a divorce wondering how much they're going to get. Men go into a divorce wondering how much they're going to lose. Women fight to get more. Men fight to lose less. Just to give you an idea of how bad it is for men. Men lose in divorce. Women gain. Oh, shit. There we go. Oh, I thought for sure I was going to get hit by that one. I hate that the fact that sometimes I get so worked up thinking I got to use this fire while it's active that I end up putting myself in a risky situation. Like right there. I shouldn't have done that attack, because if he had done the charge forward attack, he might have killed me. That charge attack is the big danger here, because he can hit you several times in a row, and just boom, you're dead. Alrighty, we did it. I think next time I need to kill Smo first, and tackle Ornstein. What I'd like to do is another kind of cosplay playthrough. Playthrough as... What's that? That's 2 points. That's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. 3. Okay. Still getting some more points from dexterity, interestingly enough. Alright guys, we're going to call it at that. Hope you liked the discussion. Next time we'll talk more about the old social contract versus the new, and how men have to change how they operate based on those. Follow me on Twitter and all that good stuff. Links in the description. I'll see you guys next time. Maintain your frame. Keep it in your mental point of origin, as they say. And I will see you guys in the next episode of Dark Souls Remastered, the Manosphere. Later, everybody.